Here we go gaming.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We're back with another Age of Sigmar battle report with me, Tom, playing the Stormcast Eternals, and Nikki today playing the Sons of Behemat. So I don't think we've had this combo on the channel before. If it has been, it's not been a long, it's been for a while. So it's a combo that we don't really see too much. It's one that I'm dreading a little bit because Gargan's hurt an awful lot. And in this army, I don't have as many screens as I would like. We will jump into the battle plan. So if I flip to our overhead view, you will see that there are 3 objectives on the board today. We are playing the lines of communication. That is a simple 1, 2, and more scoring for 2 victory points for the battle tactic. The only gimmick with today is there is a disruption that takes place. So the player that's going second, which is going to be Nikki today, gets to pick a phase in which she can disrupt. So it means that maybe if I spend a command point, I might have to spend 2. So, for example, if Nikki opts to disrupt the movement phase, and I opt to auto-run 6 inches with one of my units, Nikki will say, right, that's being disrupted. On a 3-up, you're going to have to spend an additional command point. So rather than it just being 1, it's going to be 2 command points. So that is the gimmick of today's game. We'll get you into the armies. So we have, first of all, starting out, the Stormcast Eternals. Ta-da, we are very, very spread across the board. In your lowest part of your screen, we have 3 Aether Wings. So they are there to get close to some Gargants, probably run away from Gargants, but mainly to just kind of give me a +1 on my Vanguard Raptors. So when they're within 12 inches of a target that is targeted by the Vanguard Raptors, I get a +1 for free, so that's quite nice. Also set up for an easy surround and destroy angle for first turn, which is what I'm going for. I've got Bastion Carthalos, who is a good monster killer with his Thunderborn ability. So I roll a equivalent wounds, dice equivalent to the wounds characteristic. So let's say Broad is 40 wounds. I would roll 40 dice, and I believe it's on a 6-up. They take mortal wounds. Yes, it is 6s. So a little bit of damage going to come out there. I've got 2 units of Vanguard Raptors, which I love them. They do an awful lot of blamming for their points, although they are quite expensive. It's 3s and 2s normally, but I can make that a bit better with the Aether Wings. And 6s do a headshot, which is 2 mortal wounds, which is quite nice. In front of them, I've got a screen of Vindicators, which are exactly what I said they are. They're a screen. Far part of your screens today, I've got 1 set of Fulminators and 1 set of Fulminators just over here as well. This far set up for Surround and Destroy. This set ready to kind of get ready and blam some Gargants. The last thing I've not mentioned is my General today, which is my Lord Imperatant. He has the command trait of Shock and Awe. So when something is set up, or the first time something's set up, it is a -1 to hit them. And he also has an Arcane Tome, which will help me get off an early magical dominance, which is probably what I'm going to go for. The only thing I haven't mentioned is I have 2 sets of Annihilators with Grand Hammers in the Aether, which are ready to come down and hopefully blow up a Gargant. That's the plan anyway, that's the plan. Nikki, would you like to try and run us through your list? It's a new list for Nikki, so she might need some help. So I'm stand ready to go, ready to help. Go on, Nikki, run us through your list.
Over to the left here, I've got 2 gate breakers to
Yep.
try and come up for this objective.
So one of them has a polished null stone artifact, which allows you to dispel, which is the one with the 2 boulders hanging behind him. The one with the 2 shields has the brand of the Gargant King, if you remember. So on an 8+ on his charge, he gets strike first. Okay, continue.
I've got a Kraken Eater over here.
The Kraken Eater today, I'm taking the Kraken Eater away to pain, so it looks like a War Stomper today. The War Stomper is proxying in for a Kraken Eater. We do apologise. Finally, who's left?
King Broad.
King Broad, the man himself. And because Nikki's taken the King's Stomp, or King Broad's Stomp as her sub-faction, King Broad can actually take a command trait himself. And he has the Big Eater command trait. So when a Gargant that is wholly within 12 inches gets a kill, they get to heal D3 wounds. So it's quite nice, they can be a bit tanky. Okay, so we finished the lists. Nikki has opted to give me first turn, which is a bit of a bugger. I knew it would come, but it's a bit of a bugger. I'm going to go for Surround and Destroy. So I pick 3 friendly units on the battlefield. I complete it if at the end of the turn, 2 are wholly within 6 inches of a different battle edge, and 2 or more units are wholly outside of your territory. So I'm going to pick this set of Fulminators over yonder, the set of Aether Wings just here, and the Lord Imperator back here to be my 3 units. So I'm going to get 3 board edges there, hopefully. We go into hero phase, and the first thing we do, Nikki, is our heroic action.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll for a command point on my Lord Imperator, who doesn't get it on a 2. What would you like to do, kid?
I'll roll for a command point as well.
Mm-hmm. Who are you going to roll for it on?
For Brod.
Mm-hmm. 4 up. He's getting it. So stick a 1 next to him and you'll remember that. Do I have my wound counters for you? They should be somewhere. I'll get them out in a bit. Hero phase stuff. So now primal dice, because it matters for me, because I'm a spellcaster. So I get 1. This is on a 4 up. Nikki doesn't, so we both have 1 dice. So stick a dice next to you, so you've got a primal dice. Okie dokie, we're going to go into spell casting now. So the Lord Imperator, so my battle tactic was surround and destroy. Yes, so we'll still go for it. The Lord Imperator is going to try and cast a Mystic Shield on himself, which fails on a 3. So I'm glad I didn't do Magical Dominance. No Mystic Shield, so there's that gone. Should mention as well, my sub-faction is the Knights Excelsior, which is a bit of a bugger today because I'm never going to be outnumbered, so I'm never going to get that, but hey-ho. Okay, we're going to do the Thunderborn ability from Bastion Carthalos. He's going to try and do it on... So Brod has a ward save at the minute of a 5 up, so he's not a very good target for me to do because he's going to get some saves against it. I think I'm going to pick your Gargant with the Polished Nullstone Adornment, so the one with the 2 boulders behind his head. So I get to roll 35 dice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22... 4, 6, 8, 10, 5 more. 35 dice. Every 6 does a mortal wound, okay? So let's pick out the 6s. Not that many, actually. Oh, that was a 6, sorry. So you're looking at a measly 4 mortal wounds onto that Gargant. So can you stick a big dice next to him? I've got one here. Stick that on 4 for me, please, Nikki. That was terrible.
Better than nothing. Better
than nothing, though, you're right. And I need all that I'm going to get to try and chunk out these Gargants early doors. Hero stuff that is left. I am within shooting, so I'm going to use my Holy Commandment, which is my Thunderbolt Volley today. And I'm going to put a hero phase shooting into the same Gargant. Okay? So this is going to be 6 shots. 6 shots. It's 3s and 2s. But 6s do 2 mortal wounds. Okay? So that is a total of 4 mortal wounds so far. And they all hit. So we'll drop 1. You get 3 saves at -2, I believe it is. Let me just double check. It is. So a Gargant's normal save is a 4 up. So that'll put you onto 6s. So saving 1, that takes another 4 damage. So it'll be on 12 wounds taken. Okie dokie. Do I have any more hero stuff to do? I don't believe I do. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will go into movement phase and we'll be right back. Alright, that is Stormcast movement done. So to explain what I've done very briefly, move the Aether Wings up, forward, and still within 6 inches of that board edge, but they're now outside of my territory, so that's big. Done the same on the far end with these Fulminators just on the far right-hand side of your screen. They've moved forward out of the territory, but still within 6 of that board edge, so I'm still going to get Surround and Destroy. The middle set of Fulminators moved up to capture an objective, so I'm going to get my 1, 2 more. The Vindicators ran, I got a 6 on them, so they can move 11, moving them in front of Bastion, so hopefully they can screen a little bit of that first impact, and then Bastion can get in and thwack something out. The Vanguard Raptors They moved up a little bit, just thinking ahead for an Intimidate the Invader angle a little bit later on down the line. The only thing that I've not moved is my Lord Imperatant. Now, the only thing that I've not done is at the end of movement phase, my Annihilators come in, don't they, Nikki?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to do that on camera. Now, because of my Lord Imperatant being my general, he can come in, or the Annihilators can come in within 7 inches of some Gargants. So, let's do it like so. So, 7 inches is there. Bonk. Bonk. Okay, so they have arrived. Ta-da! Now they get something for arriving. It's their blazing impact. So after this unit is set up on the battlefield, roll a dice for every unit which is within 10 inches. So that's going to be both of those gate breakers. On a 3-up, I get to do D3 mortal wounds to you.
Yeah.
Okay? So for this gate breaker here, happens for 2 mortal wounds. The other gate breaker, on a 3-up, it happens for 2 mortal wounds. Here's a few dice for you. There's a few big ones. So he needs to take 2 mortal wounds, unfortunately. There we go. Alright, so we now go from movement phase into shooting phase, where I have a little bit to do. And this is the phase that Nikki's chosen to disrupt. So
Yeah.
any commands that I use on a 3-up, it's going to have to be spent in double. So I only have 2 at the moment, so this could be quite big. I am going to nominate to shoot everything I've got. Let's just double check ranges. Yep, I'm going to put everything I've got into that Gargant, because with Gargants you've got to choose one and try and focus it down early. That's what I've learned playing Gargants myself. So this is going to be the first one. I'm going to choose to do an all-out attack on this. So you roll a dice, and on a 3-up it's going to make me cost... No, so it only costs me the 1. So I'm going to get 6 shots from this first squad. It's going to be 2s and 3s. 6 is doing mortal wounds. So there's 2 mortal wounds into that Gargant. But I drop 1. Looking at 2s again. So that is 4 saves, looking for a 6-up. You could all-out defense this if you wanted to. You've got 3 command points, and that would give you a +1 to your save. So instead of it being 6s, it would only be 5s.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so spending 1 takes you down to 2 command points left, and then you get your rolls. Unlucky. So unfortunately, they go through, and it's 2 damage each.
So it puts me on 224.
Need another dice.
Yeah.
There's another one. And it's the thing with these Gargants, and it's what I've said to Nikki early, don't be disheartened when one of them gets shot off the board early, because unfortunately they don't do well against Rend. So playing against them, I'm just trying to do as much damage as I possibly can before they hit me, because when they hit me, my god do they hit. So, that's the first set of shooting done. The next set. This one isn't going to be quite as good. It's going to be 3s and 2s. Okay? So it's going to be 6 shots again. So that's 4 mortal wounds.
Is this into this one?
Into this one, sorry, sweetheart. Same target. So he's on 28. And then he's got 3 saves to take at -1. So he's looking for 5-ups. No, so he's taking another 6. So he's got 1 wound remaining. Yeah, you just stick a 1 next to him. That'll make your life easier. Right, so that's shooting done. We go to charges. My Annihilators are going to roll. So they get a 7, which will get them in. They're going to have to go straight in front.
Did you do your blazing impact?
I did, yes. So I did some damage there, and now I get to roll 7 dice, and I'm going to put all of these into this Gargant. Let's see if I can get him killed. I need 4 ups. Okay. 4, 6, 7. So the Gargant is dead. Woo!
Timber.
Timber! So we get a roll off. Wah! I get a 3, getting a 1. I'm going to make that Gargant fall backwards, so he's away from me. Wah, wah, wah. There he goes. Badoosh. And he falls away. Okay. Quite good for Nicky, though, because if you look at how my models are set up, I only get a 3-inch pile in, so I think I might only get 2 of them in here, which would be a bit of a shame. They do have a 2-inch reach, so who knows, who knows. Right, we go to combat, so I get to pile in. So he's going to move round to here. If I move him round ever so slightly to there, that means I can get him in. So all 3 are going to get in. The Meteoric Grandhammers. You get to do a monstrous ability here. So you could stomp me. That would be on a 2-up. You do D3 mortal wounds. You could roar me, which is on a 3-up, and that means I can't do an all-out attack or an all-out defense. And that's about it. You could also have overwatched me. So you could throw a rock into me, if you want, on the charge. It would cost a command point. Your attack would normally be a 3 and a 2, and for the overwatch, you get -1 to hit, so it would go to a 4 and a 2.
I'll do a stomp.
You want to just do a stomp? If it was me, I'm not telling you how to play, I would do a roar, because that takes me from a 3 and a 2, and if I get the all-out attack, it takes me to 2s and 2s. So, if you do a roar, you may be stopping some damage. If you do a stomp, what you're hoping for is you're hoping to roll really high and get a 5 or a 6, so you kill one straight away. So knowing that now, what are you going to do?
Roar.
Roar? Okay, so you're looking for a 3-up, okay? So I'm roared, so I can't all-out attack. I'm not outnumbered as well, so I don't get my Knights Excelsior subfaction buff. So, we just go straight into our attacks. I get 4 attacks for the champion, 3 for everybody else. These are 3s and 3s. 3s and 2s, sorry, Nicky. Okay? Three missing. Looking for 2s this time. Are you all out defensing?
No.
No. Are you sure? Because this is -2.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you've got 5 6-ups to make. Any of them?
No.
Nope, so 3 damage each. So if you'd all out defensed there, you would have saved 2 of them. So just the trade-off that you would make, and you still had plenty of command points to do. So maybe next time think about that all-out defense, because it might just save you some damage. But that's me done. It goes to you and your Gargant, and now I'm scared. So I think I've bracketed him a little bit, so you'll have to have a look at the War Scroll. So let's see, he's taken 17 wounds.
Yep, so he's...
How many attacks does he get with his Fort Crusher Flail?
5.
5 attacks, okay. So it's normally 4s and 3s. Would you like to all-out attack to make it 3s and 3s?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, that's what she was holding on for then. So 3s and 3s here from 5 attacks. So 1 whiff, 4 going through. 1 more whiff, so 3 going through at -2.
Yep.
Sorry, it's -3 on a Fort Crusher Flail, so this is 3 6-ups. Oh dear. Oh dear. How much damage is that? It's 4 damage each, isn't it?
Yeah, so 12.
12 wounds. Spectacularly blows up my Grandhammers. So they are thunderstruck. So what that means is, Stormcast Eternal, when they die, they blow up. The lightning contained within the armour erupts out of it and arcs wildly. So normally you roll dice for the equivalent wounds. So they're 3 wounds each, but Thunderstrike lets me add 1 in. So I'm rolling 4 dice for each one, and 6s are going to do a mortal wound. One mortal wound. And my Annihilators perish spectacularly. Okay. We go to the end of combat because we don't have any battle shock to take. Scoring wise, I control 1, I control 2, I control more than Nikki, and I scored my battle attack of surround and destroy by having 3 within the board edges, 2 wholly outside, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm scoring my full 5, and it goes to Nikki. Nikki, what would you like to do first turn? So, sorry about the cough, viewers. It's lingering a little bit longer than I would like it to. So, Nikki's got a few choices here to make. The first one, because broad stomp tactics are quite good. Nikki has one where she needs to control an objective by charging onto it. There's also one where Nikki needs to walk King Broad and another friendly Gargant just onto a point, and then you get the battle tactic. There's also Intimidate the Invaders, which is the one where you need to get outside of your territory. So that one's easily within range to do. So it depends. Do you want to do the one where King Broad and another Gargant want to walk onto a point? Do you want to do the one where a Mega Gargant just needs to charge onto a point? Or would you like to do Intimidate the Invaders? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
Intimidating the Invader. Okay, so having more wholly outside of your territory than within. Now, heroic actions. Would you like to try and heal that Gargant by any chance? So look up what his bravery is. I think it's a 7 on a Gatebreaker.
7.
7. So 2 dice, you're rolling a 7 or lower. Okay? Unfortunately,
I don't need to roll high.
I know, it always happens like that, Nikki. The one time you don't need to roll high, you do. So unfortunately, he's not going to heal. My heroic action's going to be to roll for a command point on Bastion, which he gets. So I'll stick 1 next to him. Now, primal dice don't matter anymore because you don't have any casters, but Broad gets to chant. Yeah. Okay? So on a 3-up, he could do 3 things. The first one is he can move every Mega Gargant, or increase every Mega Gargant's move by 2. So instead of 10 inches, he can move 12 inches. The other one is he could heal every friendly Mega Gargant by D3 wounds. The final one is you can improve every Mega Gargant's main hand weapon by 1 rend. So he would go to rend 4, rend 3, rend 3. Okay? My advice to you at the minute is the heal is maybe a little bit tempting just so you can try and get this guy a little bit healthier. Or, depending on, where's my tape measure gone? Depending on what you're looking for, if you really want to try and get a charge, 10's going to take you to there, which would be, I don't know, a 6-inch charge. If you had an extra 2, it would take it to a 4-inch charge. So, it's up to you. The first thing you need to do is roll higher than higher than a 2. So a 3 up. So Broad isn't chanting, unfortunately. Right, well that's hero phase done really quick. Now, we go into movement phase. So we'll be right back as soon as Gargants have moved.
And we're back. And so I've just moved up this Gatebreaker to control an objective. And moved up these 2 to this one. And they're in range of terrain.
Yep.
So that means I can use my Smash It All to Bits.
Smash It All to Bits. We love the Gargant names. So basically what it is a Gargant can choose to essentially remove a bit of terrain from play. It's a 2-up. The terrain is removed and Nikki gets D6 shots at me, 4s and 3s. But it's treated as a normal missile weapon, so it can be all-out attacked, so it can go down to 3s and 3s. So it's quite a juicy little profile. So, Nikki, your movement's done. We go into shooting. Who's going to shoot?
This one.
So the Kraken Biter. Do you want to sunder the bit of terrain that he's on?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to roll 1 dice, a 2 or a higher. So the terrain is sundered, so it is removed from play. Oh dear. And now, Nikki, you get D6 shots. So you get to roll a dice, and that's the amount of dice you're going to get to roll further.
2.
2. So, are you going to all-out attack this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be your last command point. it's going to take it from 4s and 3s to 3s and 3s. Okay, and who are you throwing it at? The fulminators. Yeah. Okie dokie. Go for it, kid. Both hit. Oh dear. Both wound. Oh dear.
D3 damage plus 3.
So what's the rend on it firstly?
-2.
-2. Okay, fulminators are a 3-up save, so I've got 2 saves at a 5-up. Save 1, take 1, so 1 dice. It's D3 plus 3 here, isn't it?
2,
so
5.
So it's 5 damage. Ouch. 1 is alive on 1 wound. So he gets his other shots that he normally has as well. So he gets his hurled terrain. Have a look. So this is the Kraken Eater. So he gets his hurled terrain. I want to say it's 3 shots. It's normally 4s and 3s, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you've done an all-out attack, so what does it go to?
3s and 3s.
Atta go. Here we go. Same target?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 goes through. 1 goes through. -1 on this one, I want to say it is.
What is it?
-1 rend on the hurled debris. At the very top.
Yeah.
Yep, so a 4-up. No, D3 damage. For 2, so 1 dies and a wound carries over. Okie dokie, brilliant.
Can this Gargan also shoot?
He can indeed. He gets 1 shot. It's a 3 and a 2. Who's he going to shoot at?
These.
At the Raptors.
Yeah.
Good choice. Oh, it misses. It goes flying over the head. Right, with that, we go to charge phase. So who's charging first?
This one.
This one, so the Gatebreaker with the brand of the Gargan King. So if he gets higher than an 8, you get strike first.
Yeah.
So 2 dice. A 6, so it's not higher than an 8, so he doesn't get strike first, but he will come in. Now, Gargants get impact wounds, don't they?
Yes.
So it's on a 2-up. Oh, unlucky. So that fails, unfortunately. Next set of charges, where are they going to be?
Over here.
You don't have to do them. You can leave it if you really want to be nice to me and leave something alive.
No thanks.
No? Oh, right, okay. Go on then, roll your charges. So you're looking for...
6.
So if it's a half, it's a 5. Okay? So if you're 5.5, it's a 5-inch charge because you're allowed a 1/2 inch, okay?
Yeah.
So 9. So who was that for? Sorry.
This one.
So the Kraken Eater comes in. He gets his mortal wounds. So on a 2-up, you do D6.
6.
Okay, that is the Fulminator dead. All right. They did nothing. Okay. Team Stormcast is in the bin a little bit. You have 1 more charge. It would be a Hail Mary, but if you got a 10, you could charge them.
I'll try.
It's a dice game. You might as well roll some dice.
No.
Yes! There is a Jesus. Okay. We're alive somehow. Monstrous Rampage. This is where you can do something really cool and potentially really ruin my day. So because you've charged, you get to do something called the King's Stomp. This is a monstrous action. You get to roll 3 dice, and you get to move the equivalent of that dice roll. You can fly over the top of me, so while I've screened you out of here, if you get a high enough roll, you could go plonking straight down here. Okay? Is that what you want to do? Yeah, I would do it too. So 3 dice. Let's see what you get. Roll high. So you get 6, 9 inches. So what we need to do is we need to measure from the back end of him. Yeah, he'll fit. Oh dear, he's going to fit. So you can move him into here if you wish.
Yeah.
Yep, go for it. So everything that he flies over, yep, plonk him straight down. So he needs to be within a 1/2 inch of one of these guys. So he just has to go back to here a little bit. So everything he flies over takes D3. So you flew over a unit of indicators, so they take 1 dice, D3. 2 mortal wounds, kills 1. He's within an inch, so I'm going to make him explode onto you. So this is his 3 dice because he's thunderstruck. You take a mortal wound, so I'll tot you up. You're on 19 now. Okay. Right. Combat. Who do you want to kill? You can target Bastion, you could target the Raptors, you could target the Vindicators.
Bastion.
Everything into Bastion?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Bastion's going to all-out defense with his free command point. And Hope. Oh, sweet Jesus, Hope. Okay.
First is Almighty Stomp.
Okay.
Got 2 attacks, 3s and 3s.
Okay.
So no.
Whew! Okay, we're running the gauntlet, everybody.
Death Grip, 1 attack, 3s and 2s.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hits, and it wounds at -2 rend.
So it's -1. Bastion's on a 3-up save, so this is a 4-up. No!
D6 damage
Go for it, kid.
for 2.
2 damage. He has a ward save of a 4-up, I believe. Let's just double check. Bastion Carthalos. Yes, he's got a 4-up ward save, so saves them both. He's not taking any damage yet. He stares up at the Gargan. Fight me!
Fort Crusher fail.
Yeah. He's
How
taken
many?
19 wounds.
So 5 attacks,
Okay.
4s and 3s.
Okay. Hold on, little Bastion. Hold on! Okay, so 2 go through.
For 1.
1 goes through. At -3.
So -2.
-2 because my all-out attack, all-out defense, sorry. So I'm on a 4-up. No, sorry, a 5-up. He saves it. Let's go! Let's go, Bastion! Okay, is that you done? Phew. Okay, so I get my attacks now. Jesus. Sweet Jesus. It doesn't matter which order I do these in because the Gargant has struck everything, so we just get to do everything kind of in 3 inches. So we'll start with Bastion. 4 attacks. This is going to be 3s and 2s. 1 miss. 2s this time. So that is 3 at -2, so 6 ups. Saving 1, taking 2, so that's 8 damage total. So that would put him on 27. Flipping it round, flipping it round.
Can you do 8 damage?
Maybe. It's a big maybe. So we'll do the Vanguard Raptors now, because they're not very good. So they all get a melee attack. So this is the heavy stock, and I get 2 attacks. So the 3 attacks for the heavy stocks, and the champion's got a beacon claw. These are all 4s and 3s. So 2 fail. So 3 saves, no rend. So 3 4-ups. Just taking the 1 takes you to 28. Now we do the Vindicators, or the Vindictors. They get 2 attacks each. They're going to pile in. Is he within 3? He is, yeah. So we get 2 attacks each, 1 extra for the champion.
This is scary.
These are 3s and 3s. If I do a 6, it's a mortal wound. Okay? So there's 4 mortal wounds. So that puts him on to 32. 3 wounds remaining. Threes, so 1 save at -1 rend. Taking you to a...
5.
Nope,
No.
so he takes it. 33 wounds. That's me done. Unless...
No.
Yeah, they've got to pile in as well. They're heavy stocks. 2 of them hit. 2 wounds, 2 4-ups.
No.
Takes an additional 2, so that would kill him. Timber.
Roll off.
Timber. I get a 4, a 2. Now I might be in a bit of trouble. Because no matter where he falls, you're going to get something.
Go on to Bastion, please.
I'm going to make you fall this way. So that puts you there. Within... So you're going to get 1 set onto these. There's your giant. Onto these Vanguard Raptors. So D3 wounds. Three. Okay. One of them blows up completely, and one is on a wound. Okay. We have bravery. So the end of combat, we go into battle shock. I have a command point remaining, so now you're not within terror range. I'm going to spend that and not have to take my battle shock. Now, Nikki, we do your scoring. So you have 1. Don't have more than me, but you are intimidating the invader, so you get 3. And then we go into an important roll for turn. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Steady. Hiya! Oh, I missed the tray. Hiya! Oh, I missed the tray. Hiya! Oh, for God's sake. Hiya! It's a 6! It's a 2! If I take it, what am I even going to do here? I could magical dominance. Nikki could try and dispel it still, but I could magical dominance. Or I could intimidate the invader. Let's intimidate the invader. So I'm going to go first, Nikki, if that's okay. I'm going to pick intimidate the invader, so I need to be wholly outside of 11, everybody. So that means that these Vanguard Raptors just need to move up a little bit, and then I'll be Gucci gang. Yeah, we'll do that. Intimidate the invader. So, Bastion is going to roll for a command point. Which he gets. What would you like to do?
I'll do the same on Broad.
Doing the same on Broad? Yep, absolutely. No. Dice just aren't going your way today, kid.
It's your stupid dice.
Oh, it's always my stupid dice. Even when I'm rolling them, it's always my stupid dice. Arcane dice, because it does matter for me. Hiya! No. Yes.
Okay, I just need to use the orange ones.
The orange ones, you see. Orange ones. So we both get an arcane dice. So stick a dice next to you, just to remind you on. Lord Imperator's going to cast a Mystic Shield on himself, which goes off on a 6. Goes off. You don't have any dispellers, so Mystic Shield is going to go. If I can find a token. Mystic Shield. There we go. Onto the Lord Imperator that's hidden on your screens. Just up here. Where my hand is, he's just hidden. Bastion's going to use his Thunderborn ability onto Broad because he doesn't have a ward at the minute. So I'm going to roll 40 dice. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I'll roll these twice just to make life easy, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mortal wounds onto Broad so far. That's spiked hard. Seven in total. Right. And that is going to be the end of my hero phase. So with that, we'll go into movement and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back from movement phase. So all that's happened, these fulminators have moved up and onto the point, so I'm going to get 1, 2 more this turn. Haven't moved them too far because the Gargants are terrifying. I think they're going to stick together, but they're still worrying. We ran the Vindicators, or the Vindictors. They got a 3 or a 4 this turn. So yeah, it was a 3, so they moved 8. So just enough to try and screen out my Vanguard Raptors, but we know how that went last time because Gargants can fly apparently. Bastion is just clipping the point. He's staying where he is. I'm happy with him there. And the Aether Wings moved up. They're 12 inches just to be within 12 of the Gargant for their shooting. So with that said, we'll go into shooting phase. Now, if the Aether Wings are within 12 inches of the Gargant, which they are, they get +1 to hit. I'm going to do all of my shots into Brod here, okay?
How rude. Leave him alone.
Brod smells, okay? And this is somebody that plays Brod. So I'm going to do them all together because they'll all be the same profile. So this is going to be 12 shots, okay? It's going to be 2s and 2s, 6s do headshots. So that is a total of 6 mortal wounds. 3 misses. Another 2 misses in the wounds, so that's going to be 4 at -2. Now, Nikki, you've got 3 command points. Do you want to spend an all-out attack here?
Yeah.
Yep, so it would be 4 at -2, but instead it's 4 at -1. So 4 5-ups.
No orange.
And there is something you could have done here, actually, to help Brod out. So I'm happy to retcon it. I moved within 9 inches of you here.
Yeah.
So you could redeploy and move back towards Brod to give him his ward save again. So do you want to do that quickly?
Yeah.
So it would be 1 dice. Let's see if you roll high. Go on, give us something good. 4 inches. So you would move 4 inches towards Brod. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
And that'll give him his ward save back. So the 6 that you took before, you would get ward saves against. Okay? So roll 6 5-ups for me, please. And that'll be your ward saves. So you save 4 of those. So you need to take away 4 wounds on your thing. Okay? And then you've got 3 normal saves to make at -1. So these would be 3 5-ups. So saving 1, so now you've got 4 ward saves to make, and again, 5-ups. This is where Brod gets tanky, you see. So you save another 2, he just takes 2. So those ward saves come in handy, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's why it's really important to try and keep them together. Okie dokie. That was all of shooting. We go to charges. I'm not going to charge. We go to battle shock. I don't have any battle shock to take. So that puts me to the end of my turn. Scoring wise, I picked Intimidate the Invader, which I'm currently doing. Everything is outside of 11 inches. Except for my Lord Imperatant, but I have more Holy outside. I'm still holding fire on bringing my second set of Annihilators down. I don't think I need them just yet. So we go into turn 2 of Sons of Behemat. So there is a couple of objectives here you could do. Depends on what you're thinking of doing. You could do Clear Them Out, which is one of the book ones, which is where you need to charge onto a point and capture it. So you do that just by charging onto a point. So the way I would look at this potentially is, you've done Intimidate the Invader, can't do that one anymore. You could try and do Good Shot Her. I love the name of that battle tactic, where basically you would need to sunder this and kill a unit. So you would need to do 5 wounds here or 6 wounds here. They don't have a save though. So that would come from the sunder. Or you could do the charge one and get onto this one or this one. Those are probably the 2 options that you've got available to you at the moment.
The charge.
The charge one, so Clear Them Out is what it's called. Alright, so we go to hero phase. What would you like to do? So you can roll for a command point. You could try and heal Brod.
Heal Brod.
So
Actually, can I add a run to their main weapon?
you can do that after this.
Oh, right, okay.
So do you want to try and heal Brod? So I believe he's bravery 9, but you'll have to check.
Yes.
So lower than a 9, or 9 or lower, I should say. Yep,
Yeah.
so he heals D3 for just uno.
Puts him to 10.
Yep. Now you do Brod's chanting, so on a 3-up you get to chant. Okay, so he's chanting, so you can either move, increase every Mega Gargant's movement by 2, you could heal every Mega Gargant by D3, or you could improve every Mega Gargant's weapon rend by 1.
The rend.
Want to do the rend one. Okie dokie. That just happens. Just happens. Okie dokie. That's the end of hero phase. So, viewers, we'll be right back as soon as Nikki's done her movement.
Right, so I've just moved Brod over to here. Just to take this objective and be in range for charging.
Yeah.
And I've moved this Kraken Eater up over here
Mm-hmm.
to like try and close them in.
Yeah, it's a good plan. Surround me and destroy me. That's a good plan. So we've done movement phase.
Yeah.
We go to charges. To shooting phase. So Nikki tries. Are you going to try and sunder this bit of terrain?
Yeah.
Who are you going to do it with? Are you going to do it with Brod or are you going to do it with the Kraken Eater?
Brod.
If you do it with the Kraken Eater and then you all-out attack, he gets his all-out attack on his missile weapons as well. So if you're looking for the value, I would do it on the Kraken Eater. Because then you can all-out attack the hurled debris as well. Just my thoughts. So who would you like to throw it with?
Kraken Eater then.
Yeah, the Kraken Eater. Makes sense. So you're looking for a 2-up here, kid. And that'll sunder the bit of terrain. It's sundered. So this gets removed. And you get D6 shots.
Into Bastion.
Into Bastion, okay. Okay, yep. I just want to measure to make sure you can do it. Yep, you're within 12, so you'd be -1 to hit him. That'd be the only thing. You sure you want to hit Bastion, or do you want to hit a squad around you?
Bastion.
Bastion, okay. So, are you spending an all-out attack?
Yeah.
So, with the +1 to hit, and the -1 for the lookout, sir, you would be at 4s and 3s still. Okay? So, how many attacks are you getting?
5.
5 attacks, let's go. 4s and 3s. Oh, Jesus. Okay, okay. Bastion might die here. Okay, 3 at -2. I didn't call an all-out defense, so here we go. 5s. He fails every single one. D3 +3 damage. So 3 dice. So it's 4 currently. So it's 4, 7, 13. Okay. Okay, Bastion. How many wounds do you have left? Not that many. He hasn't taken a wound yet. He's got 8 wounds, and I need to roll 14 dice.
Is it not?
No, that's a command point.
Okay.
6, 8, 10, 14. 4-ups. So I'm picking out my successes here, of which there aren't many. 2, 4, 6, 8. He's dead. That's Bastion dead. Okay, you get your hurled terrain, or your hurled debris as well.
Yeah.
This would normally be 3 shots, 4s and 3s, but because of the all-out attack, it's 3s and 3s. Who would you like to shoot at?
This squad here.
Okay, yeah. So 2 hit, 2 wound, -2, puts
-1.
-1. Sorry, puts me on a. I want to say these guys are a 4-up save. The Vanguard Raptors. Let's just double check. Vanguard Raptors, where are you guys? Yeah, so -1 puts me on a 5-up. Saving 1, taking 1.
4d3 damage.
2, Blows one up. Okay, we go to charges, Nikki.
Yeah.
Where are you starting with?
Broad.
Broad?
Yeah.
Awesome. So he's probably looking at a
Like
4-inch. Okay. Oh, do you want to spend a command point to re-roll it? Yeah. 5, he's getting in just. Impacts. So on a 2-up, it happens for D6. For 3, so that kills 1. And 1 on a wound.
He gets to explode.
The explosions. Nope, he doesn't get to hurt you. Okay. The Kraken Biter, I guess.
I think it's like 4.
Yeah, this is a 3.
Is it?
Yeah, it'll be a 3-inch because I didn't get a redeploy on them.
Ah, right.
Yep, 3 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in.
By 8.
So where would you like to go? You want me to hold it for you?
Yeah.
So you could go over to here. That would be the front of your base. And the back of your base would be about here.
Yeah.
Okay? You want to go in like that?
Yeah.
So you just got to move it back to my finger. Yep. Okay, the impact into the Vindicators, or the Vindictors, goes off for D6, for 4. So that kills 2 of them. 1 of them explodes for 3 dice. Nope, nothing there. Impacts into the Vanguard Raptors, occurs for 2. Another one blows up. Another 2 explosions. No. Okay. Monstrous Rampages. So you get your your roar, your score. You get your roar, your stomp, or you get your king's stomp, where you can fly around the board. You get to choose 2, because you've got 2 monsters in. What would you like to do?
He's going to stomp and he's going to king roll.
King's roar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the stomp first. On a 2-up, it happens for D3. For 1, so another bird is dead. It explodes for 2. Nope, nothing there. Okay. And 3 dice over here.
3.
3 dice for the King's Stomp. See how far you're going to get to move. Oh, it's a spinner. 12, 14, 14 inches you can move. So where would you like to go? You can go wherever you want, really. Where would you like to go?
Around here.
You want to go over there. So do you want to fly over the top of both of these?
Yeah.
So they would be going like plop to there. Okay, so D3 damage into this unit. He's dead. And D3 damage into this unit. One's dead. His explosions. For 1 mortal wound.
That's the first one.
For 1 mortal wound counter on him. There we go. Okay, combat. Where would you like to start?
Over here.
Okay, so you're going to get the Kraken Biter.
Yeah. So he's just taken 1.
Yep, he's only taken a wound. So he gets all of his attacks.
So for Almighty Stomp.
Yep.
Wait, no, for Shipwreck.
The Shipwrecker
War
Club.
Yeah.
So 4 attacks. I want to say it's 3s and 3s.
Yes.
So 1 drops. 3 go through at -2.
Yeah.
And this is into these guys, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
yeah? So 6s. 1 save, 1 wound.
For 4 damage.
4 damage. They die. They're explosions. Taking another mortal wound. There we go. Okay, that's them dead. Yep.
Yeah. Is he within 3?
Yeah, he could move 3, but you wouldn't be able to move 3 that way because he had to fight them down here. You see.
Okay.
So I would get my birdie boy. 1 birdie boy. Come on, bud. See if you can do at least a wound. So he gets 2 attacks. It's 2 attacks, it's 4s, and then 3s. 1 goes through, 3s, 1 wounds, no rend. So it's a 4-up save. Oh, get in!
So what?
1 wound. 1 bit of damage he does. And then Brod gets to kill the bird. Let's see if we can get a zoom in. There we are, look. There's the zoom in.
For a Mighty Stomp, I've got 2 attacks, 3s and 3s.
So because they're less than 3 wounds, you get +1 to hit. So it's 2s and 3s. Hit. Oh, unlucky.
Still got Death Grip.
Yep, the death grip. So it's 1 attack.
3s and 2s.
Yep, 3s and 2s. Oh, just the obelisk of Torcania left.
Yeah. How many is he take? 11. Still on top file, so 4. 3s and 3s.
Okie dokie. There we go. So 1 drops. 3 go through at -.
2.
But you improved every Mega Gargant's rend by
1.
So it goes to 3. He doesn't have a save anyway. So yeah, he's gone.
By 15.
Yes, by quite a bit. By quite a bit. So we would go to Battle Shock. He lost some fellas. I'm within 18 of my general. So I can spend a command point. Within 18, so I can spend a command point to make him stay, which I think I'll do. And yeah, ouch. So we go to scoring, Nikki. You control 1, you control 2, you control more than me.
Yeah.
And did you achieve your battle tactic?
Yeah.
You did, you charged onto an objective. So that puts you at a full 5. So that puts me, put you at 8. And that would have put me on 10, wouldn't it? Because I scored my full 5 last turn. Okay, Knick Knack. It goes to the roll for turn. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you steady?
Yeah.
Hiya! Oh. Right, Nikki gets to choose. Would you like to take it?
Yes.
Okie dokie. You could do... It's a bit of a hard one to choose a battle tactic now. You did clear them out. You could do good shot her, which is basically where you need to get a Gargant next to a bit of terrain so he can sunder it. You would need to sunder it and throw it at like him down here. If I transition. Come on, Tom. There we go. If you kill him with the shooting from your sunder, you get your battle tactic.
I'll do that then.
Yeah, honestly, there's nothing else you could do, I don't think. Because the other one you would have to do, you would have to get both of these guys all the way over here. So it would be quite tough. Right, it's a good shot her angle. Okie dokie. Broad. Command point. Because we get our heroic actions now. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Try and heal both of them.
So you can only heal 1.
Heal Broad then.
So heal Broad, so 2 dice. And it's got to be lower than his bravery, doesn't it? So he's bravery 9. Unlucky. So now you can try and chant. And it's on a 3-up.
Yeah.
So 1 dice, 3-up. Happens. Now you can heal both Gargants by D3 if you want. So is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
So D3 onto your Kraken Biter. For 2. So that's him full wounds. And Broad. For 3. I'll let you do him. So how many wounds has Broad taken?
9. 9
wounds. Okie dokie. Right. I think that's everything for your hero phase, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we just go to movement and we'll be right back.
So I've just moved my Kraken Eater over up here so I can harvest this guy. And I've moved broad across to the middle of this map.
Yep. So we go into shooting phase. So Nikki picked good shot her. So she needs to sunder this bit of terrain on a 2-up on 1 dice. So here we go. It's sundered for D6 shots. Oh, Jesus. 6 shots. So it looks like the battle tactic's going to occur. Are you going to all-out attack this just to guarantee it?
Yeah.
So 3s and 3s. Dropping 2 there. 3s again.
So 3.
3 minus 2 puts him on 5-ups. Fails them all. And just on the D3 plus 3 alone, he's dead. So you don't even have to roll dice, because 3, you had like at least 9 damage going through into him. And he's only got 2 wounds, bless him. So battle tactics achieved. Charges. There is this a 12-inch? Yes, there's a charge there. If you get a 12, you could try and get my Lord Imperatant.
Try. No.
Nearly, so no charge. Okay, scoring, Nikki. You get 1 for having 1 objective, 1 for having 2, 1 for having more, and you scored your battle tactic. So you're getting 5. Takes you up to 13. Right. And then it goes to myself. And I am in a babu bad time. My battle tactic is going to be magical dominance. Yes, magical dominance. I'm going to roll for a command point on my Lord Imperatant, which he fails. What would you like to do, Nikki?
Roll for 1 on Brad.
Go for it, kid. No. Arcane dice. I think we forgot to roll last turn. So we both generated 1 for last bit, and then 1 for this one. Go for it. So we're on 3. So Mystic Shield drops off.
I can't even unbind it. So.
You can. It's a heroic action. So instead of doing your command point, you can do something called heroic willpower, which allows you to basically become like a wizard for like this phase. So you can do an unbind. Would you prefer to do that one instead of your command point?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we'll forget about you rolling for a command point. Who's going to do it? Krakenbiter?
Yeah.
So something to remember, in the hero phase, if I use heroic willpower, one of my Gargants can become a wizard and dispel something. That's what you need to remember. Okay? So, he's going to try and cast Mystic Shield on himself. On a 4, we have 3 arcane dice. First one. Second one. Don't roll a 1. Come on, give me another 6. No. So I'm on 9, 11, 13, 17. So 2 dice first. Needing to beat a 17. So you're on 7. Another 3 dice to go. 11. 14. 1 more. No. So I'm getting it. So I get my battle tactic. So Mystic Shield goes off.
But I got a 1.
That's okay.
Does that not mean that I've taken damage?
No. Don't take any damage on a 1. If you got double 1 when you were casting, you would.
Okay.
Not on dispels, though. So I get my battle tactic at least. That's something. And with that, we'll go to my movement phase, so we'll be right back. Okay, that is the end of Stormcast movement. Wasn't an awfully big one, because I only had a couple of things to move. I forgot to move Keith. Let's move Keith quickly. Keith, the Lord Imperatant, is going to move as well.
I named him.
Nikki did name him. So Keith's going to move up there. Okay, we go to charge phase. Oh no, I can shoot. The Lord Imperatant actually has some shooting. Let's find him and his range.
I think it's 18
You think it's 18?
or 11.
You'd be right. It's D6 shots. For 2 shots. These are 3s and 3s going into your Krakenbiter. Hits. 1 wounds at -1.
So 5s.
Yep, a 5er. No, takes a wound. I forgot to do the impacts of the Annihilators,
Okay.
because they've just came in, haven't they? So it's only one thing. 3 up. Happens for D3 into Broad, for 3 mortal wounds. We go to charges. So we're looking for a 7 on the Annihilators. There's the 7. We move them up and in. On the Fulminators,
It would be a big one.
we are looking at a 9. There's an 11. Okay. Nikki, your monstrous rampage. What would you like to do? Would you like to roar me so I can't get an all-out attack?
Yeah.
Go for it. So looking for a 3 up. Ah, I'm not roared. Yes. So I'm going to pick my Annihilators to go first. I'm going to give them the all-out attack. It's going to be 3 attacks each, plus 1 for the champion. So 2s and 2s here. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7 saves at -2. Would you have all-out defensed?
Probably.
Yeah, so you want all-out defense? Okay, go for it. So 7 saves at -1, so 5s.
No.
Oh, he fails them all. So 7 times 3, Nikki, is
21.
21.
23.
That's it. You get Brod's attacks now. So who's Brod going to attack into?
Annihilators.
So if you're smart here, the way I would think about this
Oh,
is,
can I split them?
I wouldn't even do it like that. The Annihilators have already attacked. They can't attack again, can they? But if you hit the Fulminators, you could potentially wipe them out before they even get a chance to strike. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So who would you like to attack?
The Fulminators.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes total sense.
23. So, we've got 4 attacks.
Mm-hmm. This is the Obelisk of Torcania, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
3s and 3s.
Okay. Dropping 1. Oh, unlucky. So 1 goes through.
-2 round.
-2. Saves it.
Almighty Stomp. 3s and 3s.
Yep. 1 hits. Unlucky, doesn't wound.
Death Grip. 3s and 2s.
Hits. Wounds. -2.
Yep.
Fails it.
D6.
4 damage into the Fulminator. Leaves him on 2 wounds left. And that it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. We get the Fulminators. The Storm Strike Glaive. 5 attacks each. I'm slightly better because I'm on the rend, so I'm under charge, so it gets damage 3 instead of 1. So this is 3s and 3s. Oh, it's a spinner. So that is a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 at -1. So 7 4-ups because you all out defensed. Oh my god. No, because I'm only rend 1 and you all out defense.
Okay.
So it would be 4s. So you take what, 1?
To 2.
2, so it's 6 damage so far. And then I get the claws and fangs from the beasts that they're riding. So 6 attacks total, 3s and 3s. 2 drop. That is 3 saves at rend 2.
5s. 2 go through.
So that is a total of 4 damage.
1, 2, 4. You've need 3 more wounds to kill him.
Okay. That is the end of that. So combat is done. I don't hold
Can
this
I not
point.
hit back into these?
You've already swung, haven't you?
Oh, right.
Yeah, you've already swung. So that is combat done. I don't have any battle shock to take. My scoring, I get 1 point. I get my battle tactic, so I get 3 points total, putting me on 13. And then we roll for turn, don't we?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hiya! You getting it? What would you like to do?
Go first.
Going first?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Don't think there are any.
So what have you done so far? You did intimidate the invader.
Yeah.
You did
Smash it all to bits.
no, you
Oh,
did
no, that's okay.
what's it called? Let's have a look. So you've done good shot at her, you've done clear them out, you've done intimidate the invader.
Yeah.
So you could do... You're in a bit of a predicament now.
I think I just have to pick one and not get it.
Yeah, you might have to pick one and just kind of not get it, unfortunately. So, what would you like to do?
Magical mayhem.
Maj Mayhem. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Okie dokie. So, you get your heroic action. Do you want a finest hour broad? So
Yeah.
finest hour means that he gets +1 to wound and +1 to save. So Dan has helpfully left us a finest hour token there. Okay. I'll roll for a command point on my Lord Imperatant, who doesn't get it. Brod's chanting now. So on a 3-up, it happens. So you could heal every Mega Gargant by D3, or you could increase the movement by 2.
Heal.
Go for it. So for have we already done the heal
Oh,
one?
yeah, we have.
Ah, so you wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to do it.
I think I've done all of them.
You haven't moved by 2. That's the only one you've not done.
I'll do that then.
Okay, so every Mega Gargant can move an increase by 2. Awesome, awesome. That is going to be it for your hero phase, Nikki. So I'll be right back as soon as we've done movement.
So, all I've done is move my Kraken Eater over here so I can hurl this at someone.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So we go to shooting phase. Who's the Kraken Eater going to throw at? The Lord Imperatant's going to do nothing. If it was me, I'd be looking over towards here. Annihilators are on a 3-up. The Fulminators are on a 3-up save as well.
Into the Annihilator.
Into the Annihilator. So this is a 2-up to sunder the bit of terrain. Yep, so it's sundered. And for D6 shots, 3 shots. Are you taking the all-out attack here?
How many command points?
You've
do I
got 2 command points.
have?
Yep. So this is going to be 3s and 3s. 2 go through. 1 goes through at -2. Put me on a 5-up. Saves it. You get your normal shots. So
Yeah.
this is 3 shots. Normally 4s and 3s, but it goes down to 3s and 3s because you're all out attack. So 1 in. 1 wound. -1, I believe it is. Saves it. We go to charges now. So, the Kraken Biter, what's he
Yeah.
going to do?
It's going to try and charge somewhere over here.
Sounds good to me. Come on, big roll. A 9 will do it. So let's measure it out. So where are we aiming for? Into the middle of them two?
Yeah.
So we should probably be able to do it to there.
Yes.
Yeah? And you're within the ½ inch. So both of them get the impact. So the impact's onto the Annihilators on a 2-up. Goes off for D6. For 2. So is that one of them gone or is it one of them on a wound? Let's have a read. One's left on 1 wound. The Fulminators.
He does explosion.
He's not dead yet.
Ah.
He's got a wound left. The Fulminators though. It happens for D6. For 6.
Go and die.
One of them blows up. One of them's left on a wound, so he blows up for 6. I believe, because he's not thunderstruck. Yep, so 6 explosions into Broad. Nothing happens. Okay, you get your monstrous abilities. What would Broad like to do? Stomp, roar.
Roar.
So he's going to roar which one? The Annihilators or the Fulminators?
Annihilators.
So on a 3-up.
Yeah.
Unlucky they're not roared. What about the Kraken Biter? Stomp,
Stomp.
or King's Stomp? The King's Stomp, you guarantee yourself some mortal wounds. So if it was me, I would just do the King's Stomp and then fly forward and fly backwards over them. So you
Can
can
I do
literally
that?
just go forward, backwards, done. And they would take D3.
I'll do that then.
Yeah, so 3 dice. So long as you don't roll like all 3 ones, you're fine. So D3 onto the Annihilators, because you could probably go over and back, so you could get both of them in there.
Yeah.
So D3 onto the Annihilators first, for 1. So one of them dies, he explodes for 4. Into Broad. Nope, nothing happens. Into the Fulminator, D3. For 3, that kills the Fulminator. The Fulminator explodes, again, into Broad. Nope, not happening. Okay, you get your combat. Who would you like to go with, Broad or the Kraken Biter?
Broad.
Have a think about who's going to do more damage. Because Broad is quite heavily bracketed, isn't he?
Kraken Eater.
Yeah, the Kraken Eater is probably a good shout.
How much has he taken?
He's taken 1 wound.
Okay.
So 4 attacks, 3s and 3s for the Shipwrecker Club.
Two fail.
Do you want to all-out attack this?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you can probably wipe them in this attack. I'm more than happy to say you all-out attacked, because you would have had 2 extra attacks there.
Yeah.
Yep, so put 2 extra dice in your hand, because you rolled 2s. So now it's 3s. It would have been 2s and 3s there, you see. So
Okay.
2 go through, -2, putting me on 5 ups. Fail them both.
8.
8 damage, that's them dead completely. So, Nikki finishes the turn with scoring 1, 2 more, but no battle tactic for 3. So let's do that. Takes you to 16. It would go to my turn. There is nothing I can do. All I have left is my Lord Imperator. So well done, Nikki. GG. We finish it on turn 4. It would have been my turn 4. Nikki has 16 points. I have 13. All I would have been able to do is continue to score this 1 on the outside until Nikki moves over and just captures it off me. So I would get an additional 1 for my turn here. We'll update that there. VPCP 14. So total score, Nikki, for next turn, you would have got an additional 3, take you to 19. You wouldn't have got your grand strategy, because the grand strategy for King Broad Stomp is to sunder all bits of terrain that exist within my starting deployment. So there's 1 little bit of terrain left. So unfortunately, no grand strategy, but you still win 19 to 14. So well done.
I am still undefeated.
Yes, she is. Not that she's bragging at all. But hey, a good game. Gargant's showing that they can be really strong. They can take a hit and keep swinging back. Stormcast can definitely do some damage. It's a list that I've not played in a while, so it was nice to give it a run out. I really hope you've enjoyed that video from me and Nikki.
Yeah.
Please give it a like, maybe even subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you back with the next one. So from me and Nikki, take care. Goodbye.
Bye.